Hey there, engineers. So, let's talk about how to level engineer. So, what I did, first off, let's show you my skill. We are at 154 engineering. Tier 5, right? Not maxed, but we're pretty far in. Easiest way to do it, for me, was to spam bows. Easy, it's cheap, boring, but it's cheap. You know, a little bit of coarse leather, a little bit of linen, a little bit, or lot of wood. Um, pretty easy. Pretty easy to ask for a funnel too if you're in a clan, because a lot of people are very willing to go farm you a lot of wood because they need to get their gathering skill up, but they don't know what to do with it anyways. So here's what you do with it: you funnel it into engineering. At least that's my opinion on it. All right, so we've got our engineering skill up. Now, what do we do with it? Well, I'm sure that some of you have already know where I'm going to go with this. We have a couple different options. We can make weapons, right? That's shiny. That looks good. I like that. I think a lot of other people would too. Weapons. All right. I thought there was hatchets too. Not hatchets. I thought hatchets were a thing in engineering. Oh well. So we can make weapons. We can make ammunition. Wouldn't recommend it. Ammunition's heavy and it doesn't sell super great. But if you want to, you could make it. I'm sure you'd get some sells. I'm sure that there are people out there who are screaming at me saying that it makes a ton of money. I just personally don't do it. I would prefer bigger ticket items. So things like weapons, good. But what I really like making are these bad boys. These are good shit, right? But they have some requirements, right? Obviously, you got to have the star metal, and you've got to have the other components. Now, you can use tier 2 at the lowest for your other materials. Why would you do that, right? Why would you do that? Because as you see on the right hand side, the materials you use don't affect the perk chance. Low chance right here. So, what does it affect? It affects the potential gear score, right? And gear score does not affect perk chance, or at least it doesn't affect it to the degree that we need it to be effective. So, why would I want lower gear score on my weapons? Because lower level people can use them. Why would I want higher on it? Because higher people can use them, and it's going to give them a little bit faster on the speed. This 400% gathering speed can go a lot higher. It can go like 450 if it's at its max at like 47, 48, right? For the level requirement to use the tool. So what do? Well, we want it to have perks, right? And that requires Azoth. So you want to have some Azoth at the top of your screen when you do this. Otherwise, it's going to be kind of, you know? So, we put in our Azoth, we put in a refined wood, we put in a star metal. Now, I've seen that these guns don't really affect that much. I'm going to go ahead and use the tier 2 for these, just because I really want to save my tier 3 lumber and my tier 4 lumber and my tier 4 leather and my tier 3 leather. So I have a bunch of tier 5 stuff to make, and I need the tier 2, 3, 4 materials to make the tier 5. So we're gonna go ahead and make a couple of these. Let's make 3 sets of each. I think that sounds good. So double check. If you want to add special perks in, you can. If you have them, they're just super rare. So chunk of adamant, durable. Drop of Azoth, Azoth extraction, small elf hook, gathering for alchemy, mining yield, mining luck, prospector's discipline. These are the perks that you're going to be adding in through Azoth. And you can add 1, 2, or 3 at star metal. You can add 4 at orichalcum. I don't know how to say it. So it's going to take 45 Azoth per. Let's go ahead and see the procs on these. And hopefully they're halfway decent. Also, I prefer making them at a lower level just because there'll be more people who are interested. Because if you're buying star metal tools, you're kind of wanting them as soon as you can get them, right? Because the speed is much faster. 3 Azoth is good, and boom. See, guaranteed 3 perks. It's also going to turn a blue quality, right? Which I'm sure your fellow clan members would love. So I'm sorry, we're at 478 versus 400. Now it did proc at level 447. The person buying this or using this can't use that one until 47, and this one to 44. You see it on the bottom of that tool screen. So yeah, this one usable at level 35. So it did proc low. Right, and those were mining picks, so we're gonna go ahead and make 3 these. 3 of these. And always make sure to reset your Azoth and double check it. See? Did it again. Every time you change something, the whole screen resets, so you gotta make sure that everything is exactly the way you want it before you press this button. Otherwise, you'll be crafting gray star metal tools, and you'll be really upset that you wasted those ingots. And you can see it on the auction house. There are tons of gray and green star metal ingots that people have made and just didn't put the Azoth into. Azoth is super, it's not easy to come by, but it's super valuable as a crafter. And if you're making stuff for other people, you really want to have those extra traits on them. Okay, and 3 of these. And boom. Alright, let's take a look. So, skinning, durability, and gain more experience while skinning. More experience, yield, and durable. And Azoth extraction and durability. Now you can get in the nitty gritties of this and see which ones are more profitable. I would charge, usually I'd charge the same for all of them. Just because it takes a while for me to micromanage. But definitely the ones that are like Azoth extraction are worth more to gatherers, because a lot of gatherers are crafters and they're going to need the Azoth just like you are to make better tools. So Azoth extraction is worth more, generally speaking, than anything else. And I would say that experience is probably worth less, with the exception of gathering. Gathering and mining. Those experience probably becomes the most profitable trait. Why? Because skinning and cutting wood is pretty easy and brain dead to level, right? You don't need a whole lot of help, and it's very, very available to you. But herbing can be difficult depending on the zone you're in, and so can mining. Mining's just difficult no matter where you are to level. So in that aspect, those traits are extremely sellable. Alright, let's go ahead and make our Azoth in, timber in, and our coarse leather in, and we'll make 3 of these. And you see that I have the materials for a lot more than this, but the Azoth is capping me. I think it might be the star metal actually, but it is what it is. We'll make more star metal. I gotta go mining after this anyways. I was mining for like an hour and a half to make this video. Durable, Azoth, and lumber. Okay, another Azoth. And another Azoth. Hey, looky there. Our satchel sold for 2,500. And then I got 22 because taxes. You know, it is what it is, right? Right, and we're, oh, put that on there. 3 of these. All right. Harvesting, harvesting, harvesting. Yeah, the Azoth on these two, if I was being like picky about it, I would charge 100 to 200 more for these. Now I'm the only one on the server selling these guys at this quality. I don't know why. I think it's silly that nobody else is doing this, but I also don't want to break everybody's bank, so I'm only charging 1,000. I could probably charge 1,500 to 2K for these, and they would sell eventually. Let's go to the tools. And let's see if I've been undercut and I am been proven wrong. Somebody sold that for 94. Interesting. We're gonna go ahead and buy that and resell it. Because that is worth way more than 94 gold. Sickle. Star metal. 4 gold. We're gonna buy that right now and relist it right now. Okay, so somebody did come in here and start posting a bunch of shit for 500, for 420. We'll post ours at 500. I think that's a good idea. And then yeah, somebody posted some for up to. People are undercutting people like crazy now. But it's just knowing what will sell and what won't sell, and these will sell all day at 500. Not a big deal. Better to get your money now than you know, wait for the market to drop. And then you just come over here and you hit the 1-day listing, right? Because obviously you wanna you want them. They're probably gonna sell within a day, and you don't want to get hit with that listing fee. That's a big deal for engineers because obviously we need to move our product so that we can get more resources in. And the other tip I have is just to look at, like, this guy's 220. Why is he 220? Is that just the price of things now, or is he does he know what he's doing? Star metal. Okay, so 220, 220, 400s, 500s, and 1000s. Okay. We'll probably post these at 500. Why? Because I just think that they'll all sell. I think that we're going to sell through most of these within a day. And I don't think that we're not losing that much. We're only losing 10 gold per listing price. So it's worth the gamble to me. And then we'll look at skinning knives since we're here. Skinning knives, 400, right? That's the range. Now, are we going to sell through 3 of these and go up to 500? Probably. So I'm probably going to price them at 500, right? Maybe 490, right? 499. If I really was worried about it. But I'm not, because anything that comes back, I can just give to my guildies. And they can tip me with mats. So our pickaxes are really low. They're all 220, 240. So I'm thinking that these are probably going to sell really, really fast, and somebody else just wants to get rid of them. How many of these are posted? A lot of them are posted. Now I've got to basically look at it and think, okay, how many of these are going to sell in a day at these prices? Probably quite a few, right? So in that instance, we're going to be probably posting these around 300, because I think that maybe 15 will sell. So at that rate, we've got, you know, probably 10 on this page and 5 on this before we get to 300. About 15. I think that we can post it. We can probably post it for 349. Sell it. And that's really all I have for engineers. There are a few other things you can do for engineering to see some pretty good profits and save yourself some materials. Obviously, we talked about saving ourselves ingots. saved ourselves some money. We can use these repair kits. People like these repair kits. And they use up your repair parts, right? You can use a lot of these craft stones for these, and you can just go boop, and you're good. Now you have expert repair kits, and you're leveling your engineering. You take these and put them on the auction house, and they sell. They don't sell like amazing, but they sell pretty good. And now, instead of having 2,000 repair parts that I keep getting yelled at for, I am basically empty. And it didn't cost me anything than repair parts and crafting mods I already had in my bags. Well, that's not engineering, but this is strong efficiency boosters. I think are a waste of mats. I spam these. I spam these because they are 5%, and these are 10%, and these are about 100 times more expensive than these are. Like literally. No, they're literally 50 times, because it takes 50 of these to make one of these. So I spam these guys. Your gatherers will love them. They're not very expensive. It's just water and 1 air mote and soul motes. You can sell them on the auction house. They sell pretty cheap. They sell for like half a coin. But I mean, if you end up with hundreds of them, you can hand them out to your gatherers as they give you resources and kind of like reward them for funneling you. So that's just some tips I have for engineering, and I hope you guys enjoyed it.